Hi, I'm Christy Kerner, host of Real Women, Real Happy. I'm excited to talk about confidence today, in particular, how we can create it. Confidence is such an important part of internal happiness. Most resources on the topic focus on trying to convince yourself with brute mental force that you believe in yourself enough to make something happen. I'm sure in some situations that can help, but in my experience, there is a near foolproof recipe that we can use to create confidence. I must say, I feel that confidence is one of the very best gifts a person could give themselves. It really opens up our ability to go after the things that we want in life. Without it, we're kind of left sitting on the sidelines, wishing we had things like more courage, better opportunities, or whatever it is that others seem to have that gave them the style of happiness that we are after. We've all seen that person walk in the room with a presence that we almost can't describe. It's not that they walk physically taller, yet they kind of seem to do so. It's not that their gaze is more focused, yet you'd almost swear that it must be. And it's not that they speak with perfect command, yet somehow it kind of seems like they do. They have that je ne sais quoi, which is French for I don't know what. No, literally, it's French for the words I don't know what, that is both enviable and reassuring at the same time. That is confidence. Confidence is interesting in that while it is rooted in specific instances, meaning we can be confident in one area and not yet in another, it also has a cumulative effect. It seems that there is a tipping point where a general sense of confidence becomes the default once confidence is found in a number of specific areas, especially if they are similar to the task at hand. So, while the confident air of the person just described isn't simply the result of their confidence in the way that they look and their ability to interact with others and their ability to work a room or handle new situations, all of those pieces do add up to be a part of how they have a more solid sense of confidence in general. Now, if a general sense of confidence can come from hitting a tipping point of confidence in many small areas, how do we gain confidence in those small and specific ways? That is what I believe there is a recipe for. To describe the recipe for gaining confidence, I like to use the analogy of learning to dance. Many people can relate to being the wallflower at a dance. You know, the one who is busy pretending that they are needed full time to hold up the wall that they are leaning against. Slow dancing, that one might be doable, but the moment that a fast song comes on, they disappear into the background. Watching those who are on the dance floor having fun and kind of really, if they're honest with themselves, probably wishing that they could do the same. I've been there. Probably a lot of others have too. So, what is it that would create the confidence necessary for this person to be out there on the dance floor having fun with everyone else? I am a fan of mantras for sure, but no amount of repeating a mantra will suddenly have them grooving to the beat. It may help them relax a bit and open themselves up to being vulnerable enough to try, and that's really valuable. But it's not what gets the full job done. The first step in creating confidence is simply gaining knowledge. We have to take some time to understand a bit about what it is that we want to do and what success looks like. In this case, our wallflower could gain some knowledge about dance moves in various ways. They could study the movement of those on the dance floor. They could watch videos to do the same, or they could take a class and work with an instructor to learn some moves. It is key that they have a sense of what good or success looks like, since meeting that measure will be a key part of their ability to gain confidence. The knowledge of what success looks like and the steps to get there are the foundation to having confidence in this area. Interestingly though, knowledge is not enough. Having studied a bit about some dance moves that look good does not mean that our wallflower friend is ready to go tear it up on the dance floor. So, what's the next step to bridge us closer? Step 2 is experience. Our soon to be dancing friend needs to get busy shaking their bonbon, and especially with lots of repetition. I love this analogy because it's so obvious. You can't just see or even study a person dancing and feel confident to do it yourself. You have to start moving and try to get your body doing those moves before that foundation of confidence starts building. Now, I will say that giving yourself a kind, supportive, judgment free environment in this phase can be immensely helpful. There's a difference between working with a teacher or a guide that can provide the benefit of a critical eye to help us refine our moves, that's a positive one, or being in an environment where we feel judged negatively as a person. So, where are we in this progression toward confidence now? Is our wallflower prime time ready? Maybe. But there was one final subtle but key step necessary for them to really have found a foundation of confidence. That third step is reflection. Now, I don't mean sit and think about your life type of sense of the word. It's more like the reflection of a mirror, and in this case, literally a mirror. The thing that really seals the deal when it comes to building confidence is that moment when we see ourselves doing the dance moves well. When we see ourselves dancing in the mirror and we like what we see. There is not much left to stop us at that point from jumping up to the dance floor. Once we know we have the moves, we have experience or practice under our belt, and we have verified that we see we can move in a way that fits our definition of success. And let's hope that's a good definition of success for dancing. If not, hey, it's all good. Let's take another example. In my life, there are lots of areas that I feel confident, and I'm super grateful for that. But that doesn't mean that there aren't also areas where I don't have confidence. Enter cooking. Now, if there's a recipe card and literal instructions, I can bake something, no problem. But cooking, I have learned, is a whole different animal. We are talking pans, stovetop action, grills, all of these types of things. My particular nemesis, cooking chicken. If you give me a raw chicken breast, please don't. I have exactly zero confidence that I can return to you something edible. There's a big blank spot in my mind between raw chicken and cooked chicken. I have learned that my recipe card confidence doesn't really transfer, since in cooking there are live variables that you have to accommodate for and adjust to. It's not a set it and forget it until the timer goes off type of thing. We can do the same gap analysis. In order to gain confidence, I would need to start by gaining knowledge on the topic. Read recipes, ask other people. There are lots of ways that I could gain knowledge. Then I would need experience. Reading the recipe didn't get me to the point that I'd be ready to commit to providing something delicious in an important context. But if I cooked chicken a handful of times, I'd be a lot closer to that point. It's that final little reflection, though, that really seals the deal. Either I, or some other brave volunteer, would need to taste the chicken I cooked and verify that it is good before I can really settle into confidence in that area. So, in summary, once I have the knowledge of how to cook the chicken, have tried it a few times to get the hang of it, and have successfully created something someone loves to eat, I'm ready for my prime time. Bring it, dinner party. That being said, in real life, I still don't actually know how to cook chicken. Luckily, I have a husband that is an amazing cook, and he makes incredible chicken. So while I don't have confidence in my ability to cook chicken, I do have confidence in my ability to get access to delicious chicken, and that works for me. So going back to the recipe for confidence, 3 steps. The first one, knowledge. Learn what success looks like and how to do it. Step 2, experience. Try it. Do it over and over and over if necessary. Step 3, reflection. Take a minute to notice that you did it right. The more areas that we gain confidence in, the more we also build confidence in our ability to do new things in general, which leads to a stronger sense of confidence overall. It's kind of like a snowball of goodness. So even picking a few small and simple areas to tackle, like cooking chicken, can yield bigger results than we would think. I sincerely believe that confidence is one of the most helpful things to have. It is essential to the feeling of power that we need to have to believe that we can create what we want and need in life. For children, messages like "you can do whatever you set your mind to" or "believe in yourself" are invaluable to convey, as they help a person have the foundational courage to take on new things and assume that possibility is on the other side of those first courageous steps, instead of assuming that only failure lies there. Life does a good job over time reminding us that it's not always easy, so a little boost in the other direction is helpful. Back to those mantras, I suppose. If that foundational belief wasn't provided by those important to us in our early years, we can work to give it to ourselves, simply using this little recipe to build confidence, one area at a time. All right, here's your challenge. Think of one area in your life that you would like to feel more confident. Think about what success looks like and make a plan to get the knowledge that you need to meet that. Then get busy trying it over and over if you need to, until you have enough experience that you can have that point of reflection where you see that you did it. Start small, then try the process again in more and more complex areas, and come back to let me know how it goes. Thanks for listening, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.